The idols of Lord Ram appeared inside the mosque in Ayodhya in 1949. My question tonight is this: since then this case has been going on in court. You wake up in 2014 and say, let's have an out-of-court settlement. I mean, if this was possible earlier, why was it not done till now? What was this conflict all about? What was the court verdict about? Is a Babri pact possible? Shahid Siddiqui, GVL Narasimha Rao, Prem Shukla, he is the editor of the Shiv Sena mouthpiece, Dopair Ka Samna. Syed Asim Wakar of the Samajwadi Party. Maulana Muhammad Sufia Nizami, spokesperson of the Darul Uloom Firangi Mahal. He is there with Syed Asim Wakar in our studios in Lucknow. Ejaz Maqbool, he's the lawyer for the All India Muslim Personal Law Board. And Surur Turabi. My first question is to you. Surur Turabi is the political advisor and spokesperson of the All India Imam Council. Mr. Turabi, what do you think of Hashim Ansari suddenly deciding and saying that, I have had enough, और केस लड़ा नहीं जाता, अब राम लल्ला को फ्री करो, कोर्ट के बाहर सेटलमेंट करो, बीजेपी is welcoming it. आपको इससे क्या विरोध है? आपका क्या विरोध है इससे?
Arnab, if you see his statement, he said कि कानून और दस्तावेज की बुनियाद पे अगर मुझसे कोई बात करने आना चाहता है तो he is welcoming that person.
Right.
And Mr. Ansari and all the Muslims and all the citizens of India are abided by the law of India. So we are abided by the law. We are not abided by Mr. Ansari's statement.
No, but Mr. Ansari in December 1949 went to court on this issue along with Mahant Paramhans for the Hindus and Hashim Ansari for the Muslims. He changes his position now. Till now his position was okay. Ejaz Maqbool, tell me, his position was okay till now. Now because he takes a position that you don't agree with him, everybody is saying his position is irrelevant. He is the oldest petitioner in this case. How can you decide today he is not important?
It makes no difference at all because there are large number of appellants from both sides before the Honorable Supreme Court, and every person who had filed the suit before the trial court and which was decided by the
not every person. Not every person. He is the person who went to court as a result of which the government in 1949 declared the site disputed. Because he went to court, the government of the day called the site disputed. He's not any other person.
Arnab, just listen to me. I just opened it. What I said was there are large number of appellants before the Supreme Court. I am representing one Mr. Misbauddin.
Sure you are.
There is a central Waqf board, and there are large number of other appellants from both the sides.
But the Hashim
Ansari is an individual and he has filed the suit in a representative capacity. So even if he wants to withdraw, that doesn't make any difference to the suit.
But obviously
to the matter
the whole
pending
movement.
in Supreme Court.
My question is the whole movement. The whole movement takes a beating, doesn't it? I mean, let Maulana Muhammad Sufia Nizami. Maulana Muhammad Sufia Nizami, Shahid Siddiqui wants to come in. Shahid Siddiqui, go ahead.
Look, Arnab, there comes a time in the life of a nation, of a people, of a community when you have to say, let's forget, let's forgive, let's move on. You have to move on. And I think that time has come because we have been fighting this case for long. This case would have been dead if Hashim Ansari had not fought it for so long. All these lawyers were not there till 1980. From 1980 it was politicized both by Vishindu Parishad and by Shahabuddin Saab and Babri Masjid Action Committee and other committees. And then on it took a political turn. And since then it has been going on to no result. And I think this has created much antagonism, chasm between the communities, and has damaged everyone. It has damaged everybody. And I was one of those who stood up for a Babri Masjid. But today I will also go along with Mr. Ansari and say that the time has come when we should come to
fine, very good. Congratulations.
Because there's a question.
Congratulations.
There's a question of
congratulations. Very good. Congratulations. The time has come. You think so? My question is
the time to build bridges.
Fine. I'm asking you. You had to wait till 2014 to build bridges. Ab tak kya ho raha tha? Now, suppose I ask you, Shahid Siddiqui.
No,
suppose I ask you, no, 1 second, Shahid Siddiqui.
No, Arnab, you are not aware of history. Arnab, you are not aware of history. There were many efforts before the demolition of the Babri Masjid. I was part of many such negotiations with Mr. Pramhans, with Ashok Singhal, with others, and Muslim side also. There were many efforts, but those efforts came to a naught when the mosque was demolished, and that's where everything stopped. Till a few days before the demolition.
Sir, I ask you one question.
So don't say that.
Sir, no, sir, I ask you one question. I ask you one question. No, I ask you one question. Very good. Today, suppose there are some people who will say all this is an attempt right now. The BJP has used this issue. Jitna use karna tha, use kar liya. No, one second, please listen to me. 1992 में use किया.
After the High Court judgment,
1992 में use किया.
Depending on the High Court judgment, after the High Court judgment, Muslims have lost the mosque.
Sir, on the 5th
judgment, we have lost the mosque.
Sir, on the 5th
no
of
point in going on, flogging a dead horse.
No. 1 second. You can't. Suppose you can't do an out of court settlement on the 5th of December. GVL Narasimha, answer me. On the 5th of December 1992. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, in a video that is now even available on YouTube, speaks to people at a rally and says even the Supreme Court and the High Court orders will not come in your way. One day before the Babri Masjid demolition. Why at that point of time did the BJP not say out of court settlement कीजिए, बैठिए, एक दूसरे को मनाइए, हिंसा मत कीजिए, कोर्ट में मत जाइए, भाईचारे में सारे चीज को ठीक कीजिए, do it in a spirit of harmony? Why did you not talk this language then? No, Mr. Rao, are you being sincere?
The out-of-court settlement became a possibility only after the Allahabad High Court judgment on September 30, 2010. I think all the litigants started speaking the language of reconciliation after the High Court judgment. The matter was pending for a long time. We certainly wanted this. We always believed, and the country, the bulk of the countrymen believed that is the birthplace of Lord Ram. And there was other community did not agree. The litigants did not agree. But after the High Court judgment, the position became extremely clear.
So why are you being selective?
If the litigants
why are you being selective, Mr. Rao? Mr. Rao, why are you being selective? Why are you being selective?
For out of court settlement,
Mr. Rao, why are you being selective?
We are welcoming it.
So why are you being selective? Let's get everyone on the screen, please, so I can at least see all those I'm speaking to right now. Why are you being selective? In May 2011, the Supreme Court stayed the High Court order, splitting the disputed site into 3 parts. You're not quoting that.
But the litigants agreed. Litigants felt after the High Court judgment that an out-of-court settlement would be appropriate.
Sir, no, be clear. I want the BJP to be clear.
I want to correct all of you. The entire media is reporting wrongly. Sir, Hashim Ansari. No, let me correct the media. Media is saying today that Mr. Hashim Ansari is making this statement after several years. Let me point this out to you. On October 2nd, 2010, there is a PTI report published in many newspapers in which the same gentleman, Mr. Hashim Ansari, said, he made the same statement that he is making today. So anybody who is trying to allege that this government has any role to play, I think must go and hide somewhere. Because this is a statement, identical statement he made 4 years ago on October 2.
Okay, let me tell you one more statement he made.
I can show the statement to you if you
That's right.
Well, let me tell you one more statement he made. First of all, Mr. Rao, I want to ask you directly, did anybody from the BJP approach Hashim Ansari in the recent past?
I'm not
answer the question.
But many people, because
did anybody from the BJP answer the question? Did anybody from the BJP think about it, what you're saying?
Any senior leader?
I'm not asking you senior, junior, middle level.
A lot of local leaders, they keep meeting community leaders.
Oh, so you are saying local BJP. What are you showing? So what's it? Local BJP leaders met Hashim Ansari. That's what you're saying. You're admitting on the Newshour tonight. Now the allegation by the Congress and the CPI is that Hashim Ansari was pressurized. Was he pressurized? Did you pressurize him?
Please show this on the screen.
No, what are you showing me? You answer my question. Okay, I'll show it, but answer my question first. No, what's it? Did anybody pressurize Hashim Ansari to change his position? That's my question. Did anybody pressurize him?
No one pressurized.
How do you know that?
आप बाबरी विवाद का मूल जानिए आप.
He can't be pressurized.
एक ऐसा भी नहीं शाहिद भाई, एक ऐसा भी समय था कि जब परमहंस रामचंद्र दास और ये हाशिम अंसारी दोनों एक ही तांगे पर बैठकर मुकदमा लड़ने जाया करते थे।
एक रक्षा में बैठ के कोर्ट जाते थे।
तब कभी इस मामले में इसको लोकल से नेशनल करके आपने इसका ये जो है विवाद बढ़ाया।
किसने नेशनल किया? नहीं, किसने नेशनल किया? किसने नेशनल किया?
मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड ने। मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड।
शिवसेना ने
नहीं किया।
शिवसेना ने नहीं किया।
एकदम नहीं किया।
बोलिए,
हम 90 में आए।
I am tell you what शिवसेना।
नहीं, शिवसेना came in 1990।
शिवसेना politicized the issue।
नहीं, शिवसेना no। शिवसेना came in this issue in 1990।
But did you politicize the issue after that?
And till 1990,
never politicize the issue after
never. We always said that this is not a political issue. This is not a legal issue. This is an issue of faith, and please, you should not decide this thing in the court.
Think about it. You're making factually incorrect.
No, never.
The BJP. No, one second. My question.
Please give me 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
So my question is very simple.
Just give me 10 seconds. There were two incidents. एक था सोमनाथ और दूसरी थी अयोध्या। सोमनाथ में वक्फ बोर्ड ने 6 महीने में जो है सारा विवाद सुलझा लिया और सोमनाथ का भव्य दिव्य मंदिर बन गया, क्योंकि वहां सरदार पटेल जैसा नेतृत्व था। उत्तर प्रदेश में काश एक सरदार पटेल हुए होते, अयोध्या का मुद्दा वहीं का वहीं समाप्त हो जाता। दोनों विवाद जो है वहां कब्रिस्तान था, यहाँ मस्जिद की बात की गई।
मेरी बात
और हाईकोर्ट कह रहा है, हाईकोर्ट कह रहा है वो मस्जिद जो है, मैंने मस्जिद जो है मंदिर को गिराकर बनाई गई है। दिस इज इलाहाबाद हाईकोर्ट जजमेंट, हिस्टोरिकल फैक्ट।
आप 1 second.
And so Babur is not the Babur is not Imam Hind. Even Allama Iqbal, who conceptualized Pakistan, he said that Ram was Imam Hind. Babur was not Imam Hind.
Mr.
You can't compare Ram and Babur.
Mr. Prem Shukla.
But they compared it.
Mr. Prem Shukla, the Shiv Sena. No, one second. The Shiv Sena has politicized the Babri Masjid issue as well. No, let me complete. Now, Bal Thackeray said in the past, and I quote him, and I'm challenging you on the program. This is what he said. If my Sainiks had brought down the mosque, I would be proud of them. You decide. No, one second. You decide whether that is right or the court settlement is right.
नहीं, उन्होंने उस राजनीति को खत्म कर दिया, वरना रोज राजनीति होती, इस देश को बांटने तक होती।
भगवान गोयल किस पार्टी से?
बांटने तक होती। ये
जय भगवान गोयल किस पार्टी से?
शिवसेना प्रमुख ने साफ शब्दों में कहा कि यदि उस विवादित ढांचे को ढहाने में किसी शिवसैनिक का हाथ है तो उस पर मुझे गर्व है। और पवन पांडे नाम के शिवसैनिक के पास मीर बाकी की शिला थी, ये भी सत्य है, लेकिन ये राजनीति को खत्म करने के लिए आवश्यक था, क्योंकि उसी दिन से राजनीति खत्म हुई। 92 के बाद कौन सा मूवमेंट हुआ? 6 दिसंबर 92
I would like to remind you.
एक आप मूवमेंट बताइए जिसके कारण देश बटा हो।
Now listen.
जैसे ही वो टूटा,
मेरी बात सुनिए। आप आज देखिए, एक मिनट। Remember, Bal Thackeray stands indicted in the Liberan Commission report. Listen to me. He is not the only one from the Shiv Sena. Jai Bhagwan Goyal is from which party? Shiv Sena or Congress?
I know.
No, 1 minute. Morprat Pingale, Satish Pradhan, Rautnath Pandya from which party? The Shiv Sena or from the Congress?
Yes, they are from Shiv Sena. They are fighting the election.
So that's why I'm saying.
They are fighting the case.
That's why
they are facing the criminal case.
So that's what I'm saying.
And there is no judgment against them.
So that's what I'm saying. Now, 1 second. Then just realize one thing. If you are fighting the case, you either fight the case. Either you fight the case or you try to do this out of court settlement. If the out of court settlement is such a big issue, GVL Narasimha Rao, why did Ravi Shankar Prasad, appearing in the matter of Ram Lalla, appeal against the Ayodhya High Court order in 2012? Did he welcome the Supreme Court order, staying the Allahabad High Court order in 2011? Why did he do that? How is out of court settlement possible when all the litigants in the case have appealed to the Supreme Court? I mean, you decide. You want to do more politics over Babri Masjid? I am telling you tonight. Go tell the people of this country. Aaj tak we have not done enough politics on the Babri Masjid. We want to do some more politics on the Babri Masjid. We want to divide Uttar Pradesh and then we want to divide the country once again over the Babri Masjid issue. Or you let the matter go on in court.
We certainly don't want to.
Well, we don't want to, but you are going to.
There is a...
You are going to because you are under pressure from the more extreme elements in the Sangh Parivar. Because you are afraid of the position.
Discussion. I think this was an initiative taken by one of the foremost litigants in the case, who is representing one of the 3 litigants who has been allotted almost 1/3.
But you have just admitted that BJP leaders met him. You are saying, is he independent? You have just admitted BJP leaders met him.
Can you tell me?
Can you tell me
which all your reporters met?
I am asking you.
Can you tell me whether your reporter met my MLA in
I am asking you, why are you getting worried?
No, I'm not supposed to
I am asking you.
I want to know the activities of each.
Then you don't know. But Hashim Ansari, did he know what's Hashim Ansari? Did he allege death threats in the past by political forces? Did he say political forces मुझे मार डालना चाहते हैं? Did he say that in the past? 93-year-old man. Did he say that in the past or not? Answer me.
What he said in 2010.
Did he say that in the past or not?
What he said in 2010.
Yes, he said.
He said personally. No, listen to me, Arnab. I think your viewers need to know this. The statement he made in 2010. I will read out just 2 lines. Have patience. He said, let's bury this 60-year-old dispute and make a fresh start.
1 second.
This was how Mohammed Hashim Ansari, one of the main litigants in the title suits, responded to the High Court judgment.
No.
He said, personally, I am of the view
Don't misquote. Don't misquote on the program.
Here
don't misquote.
Now, a fresh start should be made.
Don't misquote. Don't misquote. You are on Newshour. Don't misquote.
The political parties.
I am telling you, don't misquote.
I am quoting from the statement. Come on,
sir, I am quoting from his statement. What do you want to quote? I'll show you what he said.
I am reading from his statement.
Should I quote to you the relevant part? Since you do Google searches on the Newshour, why don't you do a Google search on the real statement? Why I'm asking you to? Did he say people want to kill me? Did he say people want to kill me in 2010?
Do you doubt the PTI?
Did he say people want to kill me? Did he say people want to kill me? Mr. Wakar, Syed Asim Wakar and Mohammed.
The substance of what he said today is what he said 4 years ago.
What I'm saying
do not attach any political motive and do not attach anything to this government. This is his own initiative.
Mr. Wakar.
यहाँ पर अपनी एक बात रखना चाहता हूँ.
Mr. Wakar.
हो सकता हो किसी की समझ में आ जाए. देखिए, जिस तरह की बात अभी हाशिम अंसारी साहब ने कही है, वो बहुत बैक में नहीं जाऊंगा, लेकिन इस वक्त सुप्रीम कोर्ट में मामला है, उसमें 6 वाद हैं, 6 लोग इसमें एप्लीकेंट हैं. इसमें अगर हाशिम साहब हट भी जाएंगे तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला. लेकिन क्योंकि हमारे मुल्क के आइन में एक तरीका ये भी है कि अगर आप समाज की तरफ से कोई मुकदमा कर रहे हैं तो उसमें आप एप्लीकेंट हो सकते हैं, आप रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं, और अगर आप हटना चाहते हैं तो कोर्ट किसी दूसरे को अपॉइंट कर देगा. मसला तो ये हो गया. लेकिन जो सवाल खड़ा हुआ है सबसे बड़ा वो ये हुआ है अर्नव, कि जिस तरह से हाशिम साहब ने बात कही कि मैं इस मुकदमे से हटना चाहता हूं, मैं नहीं लड़ना चाहता हूं. ठीक है, कोई भी आदमी है, कभी भी फैसला ले सकता है. लेकिन आगे जो ये बात जोड़ी गई, मैं किसी तरह से किसी राम मंदिर के खिलाफ नहीं हूं. मेरे ख्याल से हिंदुस्तान में कोई भी मुसलमान राम मंदिर के खिलाफ नहीं होगा, क्योंकि हम जिस मुल्क में रहते हैं उस मुल्क के आइन के हिसाब से हम कभी भी ये नहीं चाहते हैं कि कोई इस तरह का विवाद पैदा हो. मंदिर कहीं बनाया जा सकता है, लेकिन क्योंकि जो बाबरी मस्जिद है ये विवादित है, और हाशिम साहब ने इसमें यह बयान दिया है कि कब तक रामलला तिरपाल में रहेंगे, एक भव्य मंदिर बनना चाहिए. तो मैं चाहता हूं कि इस तरह के बयान को पहले वो एकदम क्लियरिफाई करें कि मस्जिद जो बात उन्होंने की है, क्या वो उसी जगह पर मंदिर बनाने की बात कर रहे हैं हाशिम साहब? पहले तो हाशिम साहब ये क्लियर कर दें. दूसरी बात मैं जो कहना चाहता हूं कि आउट ऑफ कोर्ट सेटलमेंट जो होता है, वो सेटलमेंट ऐसा नहीं है कि एक आदमी कर लेगा, क्योंकि ये किसी पर्सनल मेरा मकान नहीं है जो मैं
दूसरा सवाल पूछा था. मेरा सिर्फ ये कहना है, आप एक बात सोच लीजिए. थिंक अबाउट वन थिंग मिस्टर वाकर, थिंक अबाउट वन थिंग. यू नो माय प्रॉब्लम इज, आई फील, एंड डोंट माइंड माई सेइंग इट, आई फील देयर आर पॉलिटिशियंस लाइक यू, आप जैसे नेता हैं, who don't want this issue to ever be settled. Because if this issue is settled, तो आप लोगों के दुकान बंद हो जाएंगे.
नहीं तो आपके
नहीं, मेरी बात सुन लीजिए.
मेरे जैसे नेता तब अच्छे होंगे जब मस्जिद
नहीं, listen to me. See, Mr. Wakar, you know, Mr. Wakar, मैं सीधी बात करता हूँ. Mr. Wakar, बुरा मत मानिए, मैं सीधी बात करता हूँ. मैं सीधी बात कर रहा हूँ.
इनसे पूछना चाहता हूँ.
बहुत अच्छी बात कही.
अर्नब जी,
देखिए, कोई भी मुसलमान हिंदुस्तान में किसी मंदिर के खिलाफ नहीं है.
मैं
चाहे तो माइक लेके जाए और पूछ लें.
मैं आपको पूछता हूँ. Mr. Wakar,
नहीं बनना चाहिए.
Mr. Wakar, मैं आपसे पूछता हूँ. मैं आपसे
1857 के बाद से विवाद में है.
मौलाना मोहम्मद सूफिया निजामी, मौलाना मोहम्मद सूफिया निजामी, मेरा सवाल आपसे है. माय क्वेश्चन टू यू इज दिस, यू कैन रिप्लाई इन इंग्लिश और हिंदी एज यू विश. माय क्वेश्चन टू यू इज इट ट्रू और नॉट दैट पार्टीज लाइक द समाजवादी पार्टी want to keep politicizing the Babri Masjid issue, that if the issue gets settled, then their political shops will close down. No, let him
जवाब दे दूं मौलाना साहब।
नहीं, आप उनको जवाब दे दीजिए।
हाशिम साहब ने,
मैंने मौलाना निजामी को पूछा है।
जी बात सुन लीजिए, बहुत पते की बात कहने जा रहा हूं, काम आएगी आपकी बहस में। हाशिम साहब ने भी 2-3 साल पहले जो महंत ज्ञानदास से, इनसे एक बार पहले भी महंत साहब से इन्होंने सेटलमेंट की बात शुरू की थी।
So what is wrong with the settlement? Now let me argue for what is wrong with the settlement. What is wrong with this? What is your problem? What is your problem?
हाशिम साहब ने क्या
शाहिद सिद्दीकी,
जब तक क्लैरिफाई नहीं होगा,
शाहिद सिद्दीकी,
तब तक बहस कैसे होगी?
No, Shahid Siddiqui, what is the problem with the settlement?
Arnab,
Yes, Mr. Siddiqui.
let me tell you something based on my information from Ayodhya, that Hashim Ansari has been trying for an out-of-court settlement for last so many years, and some congressmen were also involved, let me tell you, at that point of time, who wanted to take the credit. So I don't think there is any pressure on Hashim Ansari to come to a settlement. There have been many efforts, and especially after the High Court judgment, Hashim Ansari was trying his best to have a out-of-court settlement.
Yeah, but why is he doing it? Why has he suddenly realized at the age of 93 that he wants an out-of-court settlement? Is he being used?
Ask him.
Is he being used?
Arnab, no, he's not being used. He's a man of his own. You know, he doesn't need anything. He doesn't want anything. He doesn't have anything. He lives in I've seen his house. I've met him so many times. He lives in a very small room. He is not for money. He is not for anything. And he knows that he's going to die soon. And therefore, before his death, he wants that this should be settled. And this should not remain the bone of contention between two communities. Basis for killings and deaths and politics for the coming times.
If that is the case,
he's an honest man. Don't question his honesty.
If that is, no, I'm not. I'm just saying, see, I have great respect for people. He's a very senior man. But the fact is, suddenly he's done a U-turn.
No, he's a very honest man.
But he's done a U-turn.
For 60 years he has been fighting on his own.
Yeah, but he's done a U-turn, for God's sake. It took him 65 years to realize that there should be a settlement.
No. It may be U-turn for you. He has not taken a U-turn. He has been saying this for long. He has been saying this for long. All the people who are involved in Babri Masjid, they know that Hashim Ansari has been.
Yeah, but has he withdrawn the case so far? Has he been a litigant in the case? Has he taken it back?
People not to do it.
But has he taken back the case till now? Talking is one thing, doing is another.
He wanted to take back, but he was pressurized to go ahead. He wanted, after the High Court judgment, he wanted to do it. He was pressurized.
Maulana Nizami, what is Maulana Nizami? I'd just like to go to you. Maulana Nizami, what do you think is the problem with the settlement? सेटलमेंट हो जाए तो बुरा क्या है?
नहीं, देखिए, ये जो सवाल आपने मुझसे किया है, ये मुनासिब होता कि आप विश्व हिंदू परिषद या और मुख्तलिफ तंजीमों से करते। देखिए, सवाल यहाँ पर यह है कि हाशिम अंसारी साहब जो इस केस के काफ़ी पुराने मुद्दई हैं, अगर उनको किसी बात से तकलीफ़ है या वो अपनी बात रखना चाहते हैं तो एक दूसरा तरीका भी हो सकता है। जहां तक इस केस का सवाल है, जब ये केस ऑलरेडी सुप्रीम कोर्ट के हैंड ओवर है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के अंदर है, तो इस तरीके की राय को पेश करना, मेरा मानना यह है कि अगर आप तन्हा इस केस के मालिक हों या आप तन्हा मुद्दई हों, उस हद तक तो जायज़ है। लेकिन जब यहाँ देखा जाता है कि 6 मुद्दई इस केस को लड़ रहे हैं और इस केस को लेकर सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक गए हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि हाशिम अंसारी साहब का इस तरीके का बयान इस केस पर कोई असर नहीं रखता। अगर उनको अपनी बात रखनी है, यकीनन वो काबिल एहतराम शख्सियत हैं। इस मुल्क में इस मसले को लेकर बहुत पहले से उन्होंने आवाज़ उठाई है। अगर उनको लगता है कि इस मसले पर सियासत हो रही है तो यकीनी तौर पर इस
आपको डाउट है
नहीं होनी चाहिए।
मौलाना निजामी, आपको कोई शक है?
तो दूसरा तरीका
मौलाना निजामी,
बहुत छोटा सा मेरा सवाल है, प्लीज मुझे अलाउ करें। नहीं, प्लीज मुझे अलाउ करें, प्लीज अलाउ मी। शाहिद भाई, आप तो जानते ही हैं कि मक्का शरीफ से जो है, मक्का शरीफ में भी मस्जिद को तोड़कर उसकी जगह पर अतिथिगृह बनाया जाता है। मक्का शरीफ में भी, मक्का शरीफ में ये घटना हुई है। आप अयोध्या से अगर एक मस्जिद जो है जो टूट चुकी है, जिसको आप मस्जिद कहते हैं, जो मंदिर पर बनाई गई थी, अगर अयोध्या से बाहर चली जाएगी तो क्या इसे
मिस्टर प्रेम शुक्ला, प्लीज स्टॉप। शाहिद सिद्दीकी, मिस्टर प्रेम शुक्ला, प्लीज स्टॉप। आई एम टेलिंग यू दिस, आई एम टेलिंग यू, 1 second. don't make any comments. This debate is not. No.
Making any religious.
No, Mister. But listen to me, sir. Let me say it very.
And reported into the Urdu paper.
I am telling you one thing, Mr. Prem Shukla. This country, as of now, does not need to find more ways to divide or take shots at each other.
No, I'm not dividing it.
I am saying here today.
It is a uniting point.
You see,
Arnab, can I come in?
It can unite.
I find both sides totally hypocritical. Let me tell you this. I find the Samajwadi Party position hypocritical because the Samajwadi Party wants to do everything possible to keep the issue alive. And Mr. Rao, don't mind it. I find the BJP position even more hypocritical because on the one side you send your topmost people to fight the case in court, and then you say we want an out-of-court settlement. Both sides are totally hypocritical. It is difficult to believe either side at face value. Yes, Mr. Maqbool.
Mr. Maqbool. Can be withdrawn.
Mr. Maqbool.
Agree on a settlement.
Arnab, it's a pure legal issue.
All the parties agree.
No, it's a pure legal issue, matter pending before the highest court of the country. Both the sides are before that court, and one individual, one litigant who was in a representative capacity wants to withdraw his case. That doesn't make any difference in the litigation at all. Now, it has to be decided by the highest. Both the parties have appealed against the Allahabad High Court. Supreme Court has to decide, and whatever is the decision of the Supreme Court, the parties have to abide by this. That is what our Constitution says, and we have to go by what our Constitution says. One person or somebody is politicizing it, or some individual wanting to withdraw his case, that makes no difference. We have to go by what the Constitution prescribes.
But you can not come on the conclusion in the this Babri Mosque issue.
Sir, you
decide in your legal
system. The matter is pending before Supreme Court. Supreme Court will decide about it.
For the revision in the Supreme Court in the
Sir, the matter is pending
before the Supreme Court. Supreme Court will decide about it.
You are not.
And then you have to abide by the decision of the Supreme Court. Every party has to abide by the decision of the Supreme Court. It is the highest court of the country, and that is what the Constitution wants.
Court settlement is
nobody can go above the Constitution and above the Supreme Court of India. The matter is pending before the Supreme Court. We have to abide by what the Constitution says, what the Supreme Court says.
Shahid Siddiqui, are we selling the dream of an out-of-court settlement when we all know it is not possible because all the litigants...
Right. It's a dream which we people are selling.
Why are we selling this? Why are we selling this dream of an out-of-court settlement? And is this dream happening for political reasons? Is it being put? Are people being fooled once again?
It could be.
Arnab, if it was just a legal issue, I would have loved it. And I would have said, yes, decide it in the court if it was simply, purely a legal issue, as my friend Maqbool Saab is saying. But unfortunately, it has never been a purely legal issue. And it has led to so much of discord between the communities, and I think it cannot ultimately be decided legally. If you divide it into three parts, would you be able to build a mosque in between two more mandirs? What are you really going to do? It will remain
Shahid Siddiqui, can I ask a counter question
between the communities unless people come together. And in this nation, we have done it in the past. We have done it many times, and we have lived together for 1,000 years, and we are going to live together for another 1,000 years.
Surur Turabi.
It is not.
That's all rhetoric.
Surur Turabi wants.
No, it is not rhetoric.
That's all rhetoric. The one person who himself.
Your legal issue is a rhetoric. You are saying it's a legal issue. I challenge you. It's not a legal issue. It is not a legal issue.
You had treated it as a legal issue till.
It's an issue of confrontation.
I'm sorry, it's a pure legal issue pending before the Supreme Court of India.
Even legal issues have so many aspects.
Was discussing it.
And all those dimensions.
Why there was a special desk in the PMO?
Consideration.
No, first of all,
if it is only legal case, why there was a special desk into the PMO?
Why you allowed that? Supreme Court? Both the parties are before the Supreme Court, and if both the parties are before the Supreme Court has to decide.
Not both the parties.
Or both the parties are before the Supreme Court. You are not aware. But the Muslim side, the Hindu side, both the communities are before the Supreme Court. Supreme Court has to decide about it.
Politicians and lawyers both are benefiting from this issue. Both are making money out of this issue.
आवाज बाहर जा रही है।
No, but are you selling?
what
No,
are the
I
politicians doing? What are the politicians like you
I repeat
doing
my
it?
central question. I repeat my central question. I repeat my central question. Viewers, if you are watching the Newshour tonight, here's the subject. There is a group of people.
आपको टोकना चाह रहा था, मैं अपनी बात रखना चाह रहा हूं, अगर आपकी इजाजत हो तो मैं एक बात और कहना चाह रहा था। देखिए, हाशिम साहब ने जिस तरह से आउट ऑफ कोर्ट सेटलमेंट की बात की है, उसका तरीका होना चाहिए था कि जो 6 मुद्दे हैं ये सब आपस में बैठकर डिसाइड करते। दूसरी बात, जिस तरह की बात हो रही है, अगर उन्होंने सच्चाई से इस मुद्दे को आउट ऑफ कोर्ट और ह्यूमैनिटी के आधार पर सुलझाने की बात की है तो मोस्ट वेलकम। लेकिन उनसे मैं चाहता हूं आपका एक कैमरामैन जाके ये पूछे कि जो तिरपाल में रामलला रह रहे हैं वो आजाद होना चाहिए, भव्य मंदिर बनना चाहिए, तो ये हाशिम साहब ने कौन सी जगह के लिए कहा है? क्या उसी जगह पे मंदिर बनाने की तैयारी कर रहे हैं या कहीं और कर रहे हैं? पहले ये बात पूरी साफ करा दीजिए, उसके बाद अगर बहस लेके आइएगा।
No. One second. पहले तो वकार जी आपसे मेरा सवाल है कि 14 problem with the Samajwadi Party, if there is one party in India which has जितना निचोड़ सके निचोड़ लीजिए, however much you want to squeeze this issue politically, कि आखिरी वोट मिल जाए हमको, लोगों में हम धार्मिक इश्यूज पर बंटवारा करा दें। 1 मिनट सुन लीजिए मेरी बात।
की है, अब आप जो सवाल जवाब सुनना चाहते हैं
मुझे कुछ कहने तो दीजिए वकार जी। Why does it hurt you when I speak the truth? मैं सच कहता हूं तो आपको कड़वी क्यों लगती है?
तमाम हिंदुस्तान के मुसलमान इस बात को जानना चाहते हैं कि जो उन्होंने ये बात कही है कि रामलला तिरपाल में रह रहे हैं, मुझे दुख होता है, उनको आजाद होना चाहिए, भव्य मंदिर बनना चाहिए, ये तमाम मुसलमानों का सवाल है कि पहले तो उन्होंने किस जगह के लिए कहा है।
So one minute now Mr. Wakar, आप जरा मेरे सवाल you listen to my question Mr. Wakar।
तो मेरे ख्याल से हर पहलू
Mr. Wakar,
उसके बाद जब बात शुरू होगी तो शायद उसका हल निकलेगा।
Mr. Wakar, just listen to my question। On the 14th of November, Azam Khan says the Babri Masjid issue is dead by claiming that a temple there already exists। उन्होंने कहा 14 नवंबर का, आप सोच लीजिए, what are you talking about? You do U-turns, आप इधर कुछ कहते हैं उधर कुछ कहते हैं। आप समझते हैं कि लोग बेवकूफ हैं, आप समझते हैं कि मीडिया जो है सवाल नहीं पूछेगी। हाँ, ऐसी भी मीडिया है जो आपसे सवाल नहीं पूछती है, मगर हम वैसे मीडिया नहीं है, दूसरे चैनल्स पे शायद आपको ऐसा मौका मिले। माय क्वेश्चन इज, ऑन द 14th of November, Azam Khan says the Babri Masjid issue is dead। By raking up the Babri Masjid issue in such a context, he is himself politicizing the Babri Masjid issue। और आपको और प्रूफ चाहिए, चलिए और प्रूफ देता हूं। सुप्रीम कोर्ट, नो प्लीज लिसन टू मी, सुप्रीम कोर्ट, लिसन टू मी, सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज नॉट डिलीवर्ड अ फाइनल वर्डिक्ट इन दिस केस। सुन लीजिए, सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज नॉट डिलीवर्ड अ फाइनल वर्डिक्ट इन दिस केस एंड इट सेज स्टेटस को विल बी मेंटेन्ड। स्टेटस को मींस देयर विल बी नो रिलीजियस एक्टिविटी ऑन द 67 acre of land currently in the center's possession alongside the disputed site where there is a makeshift temple in place। Since the entire area is under dispute, how can Azam Khan claim the issue is dead? कहिए मुझे।
देखिए, अगर आप मुझे अब आपने सवाल पूछा तो जवाब भी तो सुन लीजिए आप।
नहीं, आप मैंने ये प्रूव कर दिया कि आप जो है यू आर टोटली हिपोक्रिटिकल ऑन द इशू, लोगों को बेवकूफ बनाते हैं आप लोग।
राम दुबे नाम के सब इंस्पेक्टर ने मुकदमा दर्ज किया। उस वक्त वल्लभ भाई पटेल जी ने उत्तर प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री 1949 में गोविंद बल्लभ पंत और जनाब लाल बहादुर शास्त्री जो गृह मंत्री थे उनको आदेश दिया था, ये निर्देशित किया था।
सर, why does मुलायम सिंह यादव ब्रेक द लॉ? Why does मुलायम सिंह यादव ब्रेक द लॉ?
नहीं, बात समझिए,
मुलायम सिंह यादव
इस बात को भी दिखाइए कि
कानून का उल्लंघन क्यों करते हैं मुलायम सिंह यादव?
ये आदेश जारी कर रही है।
नहीं, एक मिनट ना, आखिरी सवाल मेरा है ना, I want everyone to listen to this tonight। 1 second, last question, Mr. Tarur, I'm getting reactions, but I will not let the Samajwadi Party off today।
1949 में हाशिम अंसारी ने केस को टेक अप किया।
नहीं, शाहिद सिद्दीकी, just one more question and then you can take the discussion forward among all of you। My last question is, वकार जी साहब सुन लीजिए, क्या आपको लगता है, सच्ची में लगता है कि सारे देश के जो लोग हैं, जनता है, बेवकूफ है? आप आजम खान कहते हैं इशू डेड है, और 6 अगस्त 2013 को, हाँ, नवंबर 1 2013 को मुलायम सिंह यादव हर बार, हर इलेक्शन के पहले बाबरी मस्जिद इशू को हर एक पॉलिटिकल प्लेटफॉर्म में उनकी बात करते हैं। क्या उनको पढ़ा नहीं है रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ पीपल्स एक्ट दैट यू कैन नॉट यूज रिलीजन एज अ वोट गैदरिंग टूल? और आप अभी कहते हैं इशू इज डेड। You see, you are totally Mr. You understand, वकार जी, आज आप चुप क्यों हैं? आप सोचिए, आप चुप हैं क्योंकि आपके पास कोई जवाब नहीं है। क्योंकि मैं मिसकोट नहीं कर रहा हूं, बिकॉज आप यूज करते हैं बाबरी मस्जिद इशू को, वोट बटोरने के लिए आप यूज करते हैं।
आपने मुझे जिस बहस के लिए यहाँ बुलाया है, मैंने उस पर आपसे सवाल पूछा है।
मैंने कहा, मैंने तो किया कि आप इस इशू को अलाइव रखना चाहते हैं,
तो बहस करने में तो
आप तो इस इशू को अलाइव रखना चाहते हैं। पूछिए मौलाना, पूछिए मौलाना निजामी से, आपके पास बैठे हुए हैं, पूछिए उनसे कि वो विश्वास करते हैं कि नहीं आप वोटों के लिए इस इशू को यूज करते हैं। पूछिए उनको, मौलाना जी को। मौलाना निजामी जी जरा बताइए मुझे कि आपको नहीं लगता समाजवादी पार्टी इस इशू को वोटों के लिए यूज करती है?
जवाब दे देंगे।
कहिए। नहीं, मैं पूछना चाहता हूं मौलाना जी, आप क्यों बेझिझक बोले? मैं मौलाना जी, टेल मी।
नहीं, देखिए मैं ये तो नहीं कहूंगा कि कौन पार्टी वोटों के लिए इस्तेमाल करती है।
कौन नहीं कहिए। नहीं मौलाना जी, मैं आज सुनना चाहता हूं पॉलिटिक्स में, मैं सुनना चाहता हूं मौलाना जी, सच सुनना चाहता हूं आपसे, क्या पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज यूज करती है कि नहीं इस इशू को?
देखिए अर्नब भाई, मैं इतना जानता हूं कि इस मसले पर ज्यादा सियासत नहीं होनी चाहिए।
नहीं होनी चाहिए की बात नहीं, हो रही है कि नहीं
हुई है?
नहीं हो रही है कि नहीं? होनी चाहिए तो कभी नहीं होनी चाहिए
तो उसको नहीं होना चाहिए।
हो रही है कि नहीं?
जी, अगर हो भी रही है तो नहीं होनी चाहिए।
नहीं, समाजवादी पार्टी ने, बीजेपी ने, सबने इस इशू को यूज किया है कि नहीं?
मौलाना साहब उत्तर प्रदेश बैठे हुए,
कहिए ना मौलाना जी, आप चुप क्यों हो गए? क्या ये यूज होती है कि नहीं इन पार्टियों से?
पार्टियां हैं, जितनी भी पार्टियां इस्तेमाल कर रही हैं, जी, जितने भी लोग इस मसले को पॉलिटिकल लेवल से आवाम के सामने रख रहे हैं, वो इस मुल्क के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के खिलाफ जा रहे हैं। जब ये मसला सुप्रीम कोर्ट में है तो इस तरह की सियासत ऐसे
GVL Narasimha Rao
स्थानों और
GVL Narasimha Rao
नहीं होनी चाहिए।
GVL Narasimha Rao wants to, yeah, what's Mr. Tharoor after GVL Narasimha Rao? Yeah.
हम लोग हिंदुस्तान की गंगा जमुना तहजीब में बिलीव करते हैं।
Out of court settlements happen only when something is pending in the court. I think this logic seems bizarre, that you cannot have a settlement when the matter is pending in the court. That is why it is called an out of court settlement. And most of the time, I think issues like this can only be resolved by the litigants themselves out of the court, and court will certainly welcome this.
Okay, you welcome it.
Because this is not a matter that can be easily resolved.
Right.
And eventually one community or other will feel that they have lost out something. It's better that there is a discussion, negotiation, and an agreement that is in the interest of the country, interest of every community.
Sir, nobody is against. No. One second. Mr. Rao.
Country today is on development.
Mr. Rao.
And we want to keep all such issues behind us. We want to resolve them and move on.
Mr. Rao, it is very nice English that you have used. Very nice English that you have used. We want to move on. Remember, the demolition would not have happened if you had not raked up the issue in the 1989 election campaign. Advani had not embarked on the Rath Yatra. You had not mobilized cadres to march to Ayodhya in 1992.
No, but you are not talking about why don't you have a Congress member on the panel? The manner in which the vote bank politics was pursued in this country.
You answer my question. So my question.
No, obviously for every action there will be a reaction.
My question is simple, and I'll let Mr. You see, Mr. Rao,
the politics of that decade into context.
Mr. Rao, I'll tell you the context of the debate. One second, I'll tell you. Mr. Turabi wants to respond to you, and I think Mr. Turabi should. But I'll ask you one question: will your party agree with an out-of-court settlement? And watch everything you're saying. I am asking you. People are watching you. Will you agree to an out-of-court settlement on the Babri Masjid dispute that includes a mosque and a temple side by side? Think about it.
Very nice question.
Absolutely.
Will you agree? Mr. Rao, bataiye zara. Will you agree to an out-of-court settlement with a mosque and a temple side by side?
Both are there.
Huh?
This is something the communities will discuss.
No. It's not
like this. The government doesn't need to.
So you went up. So you want an out of court settlement, but that actually means I want an out of court settlement on my terms.
Arnab, इसी हिंदुस्तान
I think the judgment of the High Court, I think, is the starting point that really broadly sets the terms.
Sir, the judgment of the High Court, the judgment of the High Court, I am very surprised that the spokesperson, I am very shocked that the spokesperson of the BJP, I am very shocked that the spokesperson of the BJP is not aware of the facts of the case. I am very surprised.
Away from this location, it doesn't have to be built on this plot.
Sir,
Then that's something the two communities will have to agree.
Sir, the Supreme Court has stayed the High Court order splitting the disputed area into 3 parts. You've forgotten that. Anyway, I asked you a question. Surur Turabi wanted to counter you one before Shahid Siddiqui. I'm going to Surur Turabi of the All India Imam Council. Go ahead, Mr. Turabi.
और ना इसी हिंदुस्तान के अंदर हम लोग गंगा जमुना तहजीब को फॉलो करने वाले लोग हैं और तारीख़ में ये मिसाल मौजूद है कि हिंदुओं ने मस्जिदें बनवाई हैं और मुसलमानों ने मंदिर बनवाए हैं। आज जब ये मसला कोर्ट के अंदर मौजूद है तो व्हाट इज़ द प्रॉब्लम विद द पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज एंड पॉलिटिकल पीपल? व्हाई they cannot come into one solution? If we are abided by the law of India, that is the biggest thing that we are abided, so what is their problem? If the solution will come from Supreme Court of India, why they want this thing to get involved? Why they
Straight question. You wanted
What is the problem in having an out-of-court settlement? What is the difficulty in having an out-of-court settlement?
Arnab just asked you a question. Are you okay on one-sided temple and one-sided mosque? Is it okay for you?
That is for the two communities to discuss.
We are as a part of Imam Community, we are just discussing.
The demolished structure was not a mosque that was actually being used as a prayer ground. I think possibly
the prayer ground is always called a mosque only.
Proper mosque.
What's a Shahid Siddiqui?
That is called a proper mosque.
Shahid Siddiqui.
Arnab.
Shahid Siddiqui. No, 1 second. First of all, Shahid Siddiqui.
Never used as a mosque.
Let's not go into the history. It will take hours to discuss that. But what I want to say is that out-of-court settlement doesn't mean in favor of any one community.
Sir, but
out-of-court settlement means a Bhavya Ram Mandir and a Alishan mosque. And where we can satisfy both the communities and we can prove that these two communities can come together.
Okay, Shahid Siddiqui. Shahid Siddiqui, now let me tell you the conspiracy theory. Now let me tell you what people are saying.
Hindu wins or a Muslim wins,
Shahid
India
Siddiqui
will lose anyway. So we don't want anyone to win. We want both to win, and the way to for both to win is to come to a settlement, to come to a point where, and people of Ayodhya want it. Arnab, let me tell you, I'm in touch with people of Ayodhya. They want it. They want a mosque and a mandir there.
Yeah, 1 sec. Shahid Siddiqui.
It is people from outside who don't want it.
Shahid Siddiqui, you know, my point is, can I just take 30 seconds to explain something to the viewer? Who in India?
Yes,
one second. Who in India, Mr. Siddiqui? You are a very experienced journalist. You are far more senior than me, but you know, we've all followed this. But the fact is, who in this country, which generation will not want a settlement? Hindus and Muslims must stay together. Nobody wants a conflict. We want a settlement. No, what's it? But let me complete. So 1 minute.
This generation wants development.
Sir, 1 second. Yes. So do we. So do we. So do we. No, 1 second. But Mr. Siddiqui. But Mr. Siddiqui, we want to move ahead. But 1 second. We are not willing to be fooled once again. हमें बेवकूफ फिर से नहीं बनाया जा सकता। मेरी बात सुन लीजिए। मैंने आपने बोला आलिशान मॉस्क एंड भव्य मंदिर। 1 second.
You also don't want a settlement.
No, sir. No. 1 minute. No. Mr. Siddiqui, now you are. No. 1 second, Mr. Siddiqui. Allow me to complete, Mr. Siddiqui.
Don't make the issue.
Which is why I said, give me 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds.
Berlin Wall has to fall. South Africa had to have a settlement. Every issue in the world is decided by a settlement.
1 second.
No controversial issue has been decided by law.
One minute.
Decided by a settlement.
1 minute.
Look at history.
Sir, Mr. Siddiqui, just give me 30 seconds. Just 30 seconds, please. My question is, of course.
Yes, you have all the. It's your.
No. Of course, no. It's your program as well. I'm saying, let there be a settlement. But has anyone given a settlement serious thought? No. What is happening now, Mr. Siddiqui, is this thing that there are certain hardline forces within the Sangh Parivar. Sir, let me complete. There are certain hardline forces within. I'll tell you what my sources are saying.
Time, lot of work was done.
Sir, I'm telling you what my sources are saying.
Lot of work on this. No. Lot of work was done by both the communities and by the government, and we can bring out all.
You ask Mr. Narasimha Rao. which is a very important political player in this. I asked him, will you have a Bhavya Mandir and an Alishan mosque side by side? Are you agreeing to that kind of out-of-court settlement? Will he agree? Will he agree? Will the VHP agree? Will the Sangh Parivar agree? Will the RSS agree?
I'm talking of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
I am talking about GVL Narasimha Rao. Will GVL Narasimha Rao's party agree to this kind of settlement? Ask him. Ask him.
We don't know what happened.
Ask
I think
him.
we are not a party to the dispute. It is the two communities, and certainly that is the birthplace of Lord Ram. That is what has been established. This has no connection with any religious sentiments of the other community. So my own personal assessment is that a mosque may be possibly built elsewhere, not necessarily on the same site.
So that's it. No, you heard it. He said, no, BJP representative says build the mosque elsewhere, not on the site.
That's
Understood, Mr. Siddiqui?
That's my personal view.
So,
and in any case, my party is not a party to this dispute. We are not a political party. As a party, we are not one of the litigants in this case.
You are a political player in this.
Mr. Narasimha Rao is nobody to decide. Let there be a negotiation by the local people.
Is there a serious negotiation going on? No. Is there why not leave it to the courts? Why not leave it to the courts? What are you afraid of keeping it to the courts for?
Courts cannot decide.
Then what was going on for the last, what was going on for all these years? What was Ravi Shankar Prasad appearing in the matter on behalf of Ram Lalla? When Ravi Shankar Prasad was appearing on behalf of Ram Lalla, where was he appearing? In the courts or in the RSS?
Both the companies come together.
Sir, please, sir, all the litigants in the dispute are in the Supreme Court. Do you want to disrespect the Supreme Court?
Bloodbath. Even
मुझे यहाँ पे एक बात कहने की इजाजत दीजिए तो मैं एक बात और कहना चाहता हूँ आपके चैनल पर.
Yes, Mr. Wakar.
देखिए, अगर आप लोग ये चाहते हैं कि मुसलमान खुलकर ये बात कहे, अगर आप ये सुनना चाहते हैं कि मुसलमान ये कहे कि वहां मंदिर बनना चाहिए, तो कम से कम आप लोगों से ये तवक्को की जाना चाहिए कि जितने बीजेपी के लोग हैं वो सब खुलकर ये बात कहें कि वहां मस्जिद बनना चाहिए. जब आप इस तरह का परिचय देंगे तब आप बैठकर हमसे बात करेंगे, तब अच्छे माहौल में कोई ना कोई बात एक सहूलियत पसंद तरीके से निकाल कर हम लोग लेके आएंगे. लेकिन आप हमसे तो तवक्को करते हैं कि हम मंदिर की बात करें, लेकिन जब आपका मामला आता है तो आप एकदम से भाग खड़े होते हैं. और आप भी कम से कम थोड़े बड़े दिल का परिचय दीजिए और ये दिखाइए कि
बाबर जो है, बाबर आपके भगवान नहीं थे, राम हमारे ईश्वर है. आप बाबर के लिए क्यों लड़ रहे हैं भगवान से?
सर प्लीज नो
बाबर से क्या लेन देन आपका?
बाबर का कोई लेना देना नहीं है इससे.
नो प्रोवोकेटिव.
Babar has nothing to do with this.
But this is Babri Mosque. What you are saying? You are saying this is Babri Mosque.
No provocative.
What is your relation with Babar?
No provocative comment.
No provocative comment. But what is his relation with Babar?
What? That's not the issue, sir.
Babar never visited Ayodhya.
I am saying today.
Why Babri Mosque at Ayodhya?
I am saying today.
Babar never visited Ayodhya. Why Babri Mosque?
Mr. Prem Shukla.
What is the reason?
Mr. Prem Shukla. Why did I say do everything but don't fool people once again?
No, I'm not.
No. You listen to me. Because suppose I give one option, mosque and.
दिल का सबूत आप लोग भी तो दीजिए.
अच्छा,
काहे का सबूत? राम को इमाम हिंद मानते हैं कि नहीं? अल्लामा इकबाल को मानते हैं कि नहीं?
Will you please now? My question is this. My question is this. One second.
पुरुषोत्तम मानते हैं.
One second.
तो उनके मंदिर में क्यों बाधा पैदा कर रहे हैं?
मेरा सवाल ये है.
ये सेकुलरिज्म है.
कल अगर कोई कहे इस बात को.
1000 मंदिर बनाना चाहते हैं.
कल कोई अगर
नहीं भाई अयोध्या में बनने दें.
Will you please stop both of you? Now कल अगर कोई इस बात को कहे कि चलिए. Okay, you don't want a Hindu mosque and a temple side by side. Are you willing to build a huge hospital or a massive orphanage?
जी कम से कम आप ही एक बार बोल दीजिए कि हाँ मस्जिद बनना चाहिए.
नहीं मेरी बात सुनिए प्लीज. I am saying why don't you build a big hospital, build a massive orphanage, build a national monument, build a library, build a university.
What is a national monument?
Will you accept that? Will the litigants accept that in this case? And my question is beyond the litigants.
भारत का मंदिर होगा.
Shahid Siddiqui beyond the litigants.
भारत एकता मंदिर.
नहीं. Yes, भारत एकता मंदिर. Shahid Siddiqui.
No, there has to be a Ram Mandir there.
See, there you are. You're back to the basics. Then what are you talking about the settlement?
That's the birthplace of Lord Ram.
There you are now.
So how can you? The court.
represents our culture, our religion.
Ram Mandir built there.
Our nationalism.
One second. So.
But it has to happen through dialogue.
Okay. So you are saying...
And all litigants, I think, should come together, discuss.
Right.
I think they will certainly, in the hope of communal
this is the problem.
No, to promote friendship, I think they will all agree
Sir,
to it.
you know what a settlement...
I think it's only some parties which have a political interest. They are preventing such an agreement happening. I think let the litigants come together and discuss, and possibly a solution can be found.
Sir, I have just one question to you, Mr. Rao. If you think about this just rationally, just think about it, unbiased party. When you are out of power, you say we want a court settlement. When you are in power, you say we want an out-of-court settlement. Question number one. Second, you say we want a settlement. Definition of a settlement is that both sides give and take a little bit and they arrive at some mid-position. You say we want a settlement, but our settlement will be our settlement on our terms. We want the mandir. Only question is how we get there. If you have already decided where it will end, Shahid Siddiqui, if the decision has already been taken, a settlement is towards something. So, then what's the point of a discussion?
My question to Mr. Rao is what is the mechanism for settlement?
No, Mr. Surur Turabi is asking you a question. Surur Turabi.
What is the mechanism Mr. Rao is having for the settlement?
This debate will lead us nowhere. Actually,
what
the
is the
matter
mechanism?
is pending before Supreme Court. Supreme Court has to decide it.
I'm not. The government
what is the mechanism? My dear friend, can you just tell me what is the mechanism?
Mr. Rao,
discuss and arrive at a conclusion.
Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao, national spokesperson of the BJP. You are the national spokesperson of the BJP. The spokesperson of the All India Imam Council, who is also its political advisor, is openly challenging you on the Newshour tonight. So before wrapping up, he says he has a question for you. Let's put them on the screen. Surur Turabi and GVL Narasimha Rao. Mr. Rao, think carefully. Mr. Turabi, put your question carefully, and the answer to this will be very critical. Mr. Turabi, go ahead.
Mr. Rao, my question to you is this. Can you just tell me out of the court settlement, what is the mechanism, what you have for this? Please answer me this.
No, I think this is a proposal which has come from one of the litigants, the foremost litigant, Hashim Ansari, and we certainly welcome this. I think he and other litigants will have to really come together and suggest a mechanism. The government is not in the picture as of now. The party has not taken any position on this.
Mr. Ansari, if you listen carefully, the bite that was taken from Mr. Ansari, he himself said that he will welcome Mr. Modi with the Qanun and Dastavez. You listen it again. He said, I personally will welcome Mr. Modi with the Qanun and Dastavez. It means that he is not saying that he also wants to welcome this, but by the Qanun and Dastavez.
As I said, I think we have only taken note of the statement of one of the litigants.
Okay.
I think if there is, honestly, at this point of time, I'm not really, I don't see any intervention from the government.
Mr. Rao, what did I said? No, Mr. Rao.
Welcome an out-of-court settlement.
No. You keep talking out-of-court settlement. Fantastic out-of-court settlement. Are you willing to discuss? From your position, you're not willing to discuss anything, but you say you want a settlement. Then why don't you sit together with yourself and decide what the settlement is? It can't happen like that, Mister. You can't take dual positions, Mr. Rao.
No, because one of the litigants
and tell me one thing. Last question to you.
He has not come out because our party or government wanted it.
Last question to you.
He is doing from
Last question to you.
Our dear friend Shahid Siddiqui also said this, that Mr. Hashim Ansari was trying from so many years. He has given the statement in previous years also. So why you have not taken that up? That time when you was not in power. That time you want to do this by Supreme Court only.
Last question to Mr. Rao, and this one will wrap up. You know, Mr. Rao, some people are saying that there are certain elements of the Sangh Parivar which are not getting importance in this government. You know, there is Praveen Togadia, VHP, certain elements of the RSS. You know, these groups want to come together and start putting pressure on the government once again on this whole Ram Temple issue. And so this is a preemptive move that is supported by the government and somehow give it appearance that हम कुछ खुद से करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, so that these other elements are handled before they start some kind of an agitation which embarrasses the own government. Because you know, Mr. Rao, that these elements, the Sangh Parivar elements are not really in the control of the government. You know what I mean? So this is all one well-planned move to ensure that you don't come under pressure of people like Praveen Togadia and Ashok Singhal.
No, this is your speculative analysis.
No, it's not. You smiled and you know it's true.
I think as an editor and as a professional journalist, I think you are entitled to indulge in speculation. But I don't think this is a question that really warrants an answer.
Well,
because this government will go by its agenda, by the manifesto that we have put out. in which Ram Temple also features. And we have stated there exactly what
you don't sound totally sure today, Mr. Rao, if I may observe. You don't sound totally sure. The question is tonight.
Arnab, this is your technique. When you are yourself not sounding confident,
sir,
you call your panelists not convincing enough. I have
only one technique. The only technique is to ask you a question, which I hope you will answer. If you don't answer, it is also your choice.
I have answered all your questions.
Sir, and one thing I'll tell you, sir. If you've scored a self-goal, don't give credit to the other side. You must give yourself the credit that you scored the self-goal. I thank you all very much for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight.